Lord, my lips are tingly, y'all. I got a plumping gloss on. Yeah, God knows I need a plumping gloss, like I need a hole in my head. Goodness. Hey y'all, welcome to the channel. So today we will be talking about niche fragrances that I believe are going to be amazing this fall. So if you're interested, please keep watching. Before we get started with the video, I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Roxanne, and this is Roxanne's Retreat. If this is your first time joining me, thank you and welcome. And if you've been here before and you've decided to come back, big up your whole self. Truly appreciate your continued support of my channel. As always, please make sure that you're subscribed to the channel. Give the video a thumbs up because it really does help my channel to grow. Make sure you turn on your notification bell so you will be notified every single time I upload. As always, before we get into the fragrances dem, let's talk about my scent of the day. So today I decided to pull for this one right here, and this is called La Belle. I think it's like the flower edition or something like that. This is what I would call a very watery is the word that I like to use to describe it. Like a very watery, transparent, kind of floral fragrance. More so like tropical floral fragrance on my skin. So there's apricot in here, magnolia, osmanthus, jasmine, vanilla, vetiver, and patchouli. Now, a lot of people say the patchouli in this fragrance disturbs their peace, but I really don't get it on my skin. I feel like it's there to ground the fragrance and it's doing its job. Gives me about 7 hours on the skin. I think it wears closer to the skin, my experience, but yep, my scent of the day today is called La Belle, the flower edition from the house of Jean-Paul Gaultier. Okay, y'all, the first fragrance I want to talk about, you guys are going to be like, Roxanne, summer is over. Technically it is, but this fragrance here, I believe, if you did not, or you do not, you're not ready to move on from the tropical feels of summer, here's a fragrance that's going to help you, bridge the gap. You could still wear it into the fall season. And this one is Mango AOUD from the house of Gritty. Look at my dent. Look upon the dent. Yeah, it's denting. This fragrance to me smells like it's a grown-up mango forward fragrance. There are other fruits in here that dance around the mango note, but this is tropical goodness with a little bit of an edge with that oud. So the notes are mango, guava, and neroli in the opening. In the mid we have coconut, osmanthus, and ylang ylang. And in the base we have oud, vanilla, and amber. So you could see why this fragrance can be fairly substantial wearing and could push through the cold. So if you're not ready to give up the mango notes, the pineapple notes, the guava notes, you're just not ready, Mango AOUD, oh my gosh, it's gotten so much better. Ooh, yeah, I love this one. Love this one. It is a fragrance that it projects. It leaves a gorgeous sillage. Compliments don't stop, but it smells like really like a tropical, a tropical fragrance with an edge with that oud. Now the oud, if you don't like oud, I think you could still rock with this fragrance because it's there, but it's not really prominent on my skin. So definitely give it a try. Not blind buy safe, because I believe that, some people might detect that oud on their skin and it will be a fail. So Mango AOUD came out in 2024. It retails for $335. And it's widely available, like So Avant-Garde, all the other different websites, they have mango oud. I have not seen it on like the gray market, but of course I will look and I will link the least expensive option for you. So yeah, love this fragrance. The bottle to me is a work of art also. Just the beautiful colors of the bottle, love it. So yeah, Mango Oud from the House of Gritty. It's the first fragrance I'm recommending for the fall. You know, in the fall time, we tend to kind of focus on the fragrances that are spicy and ambery and just... So this one is no exception. This is from the House of Fragrance Du Bois, and this is MINUIT à DEMI. Look, my bottle is fairly full because I ran through... When I tell you, I want to make sure this has nothing on it. When I tell you I ran through a 10 ml decant of this fragrance, I ran through it. Oh, this is so pretty. This is like a soft, very feminine, soft, spicy fragrance in my opinion. So the note structure, so there's cardamom, pimento, and bergamot in the opening. In the mid, we have caramel and coffee. In the base, we have vanilla, Madagascar vanilla, tobacco, and cinnamon. It's sweet. It's spicy. So the spiciness, obviously, you get that more so in the opening. But it's not too spicy. It's not like a spice bomb. I feel like the spices are here to balance the sweetness out because the caramel and the coffee, you know, they're not coming off super sweet. They're not. It's not. The caramel has not taken over this fragrance or anything like that. But yeah, it's just a really easy wear. Soft, sweet, spicy fragrance that I believe is going to be great. Great for this time of year. So MINUIT à DEMI came out in 2020, retails for $3.95, but I found a website that I absolutely trust, and I think it was like one something on there. So I'll link it below because it's been out for 5 years. Just love this one. I just want to spray a little bit on me. Love this one. So if you don't like coffee in your fragrances, still try this one because it's not like, the coffee has not taken over. It's not like a coffee bomb. You're not going to smell like you spill coffee on yourself. You're just going to smell very sweet, very seductive, with a little bit of spiciness in the dry down also. So yep, this is MINUIT à DEMI. I hope I'm saying it correctly, from the House of Fragrance Du Bois. Next up, we have this fragrance right here where I'm in love with the bottle. And this is Havana Gold, and this is from Dries Van Noten. Listen, this fragrance, love it. So, it's gorgeous. It's smooth. It's everything. Yeah. So let's talk about the notes first. So it opens with licorice, star anise, and mandarin. In the mid, we have tobacco, cinnamon, and benzoin. In the base, we have leather, cypriol, and tonka. This is a love for me. This is like a sweet, not overly sweet, tobacco vibe. So picture like you're sitting in a lounge somewhere. It could be like a hookah lounge. You're sitting there, so the air is filled with smoke, and some of the smoke is kind of sweet because people that are utilizing the hookah machines, sometimes they have like sweet stuff that they put in there, right? Not that I hookah. I mean, I know enough to hurt myself. Let's just say that. But yeah, so this gives off that kind of vibe. However, like in perfume form. But you're smelling like really decadent, right? Decadent, but not in a dessert way. In a, in a sultry way. I don't know if I'm explaining this right, but think fragrances like camera, because I find this to be very close to camera, just a little bit easier, smoother, like it smells like they used better ingredients, so to speak. In this one. Also, the opening reminds me of Smoking Hot from Kilian, which I don't have because I found that fragrance to be just too masculine on me. But this one right here doesn't feel masculine at all. It just feels like a fragrance that I would wear going out somewhere at nighttime, just dressed in something sexy, something sleek. Because this fragrance too, I find it to be unisex, right down the middle, right down the middle. So ladies, if you're interested in a fragrance that, you know, can be worn by a man, but your feminine touches will make it feel like you're like the most powerful woman on earth. Really. Yeah, I love this one. Love this one. And the bottle, gorgeous. So Havana Nights was Havana Gold. Lord, where did I get? Yeah, because I want to wear it in the nighttime. This was launched this year. It retails for $3.95, and you know Dries Van Noten is never found on discount sites, right? So you would have to try this fragrance, please, because I don't believe it's a safe blind buy. Okay, especially for a woman. Oh gosh. I get the sweetness from that star anise. I know sometimes star anise could be like spicy, but it's coming off sweet on me. A little bit of that licorice note, but it's that tobacco and the cinnamon, the leather. Yeah, that's what's coming out on my skin. So if you don't like leather, I think you should tread lightly. Okay, this is a fragrance that you need to test because it's so pricey and you won't find it on discount sites. But this is a solid release from the house and I'm absolutely in love. And this is Havana Nights. By the way, gives me about 6 hours on the skin. And it's moderately projecting. It leaves a nice sillage. I forgot to mention that. But this is Havana Gold from Dries Van Noten. Okay, next up we have this one here from the House of Sphinx. And this is CAIRO Nights. Love me some CAIRO Nights. Like this fragrance smells like 90-95% just like Altair from PDM. So if you're looking for something that smells like Altair with a much lower price point, this is your girl. This is CAIRO Nights. So, yep. So it opens with herbal notes, lemon, and bergamot. In the middle we have lily of the valley, rose, patchouli, jasmine, and gaiac wood. In the base you have caramel, tonka bean, vanilla, amber, and musk. In essence, you have Altair. Really. So this is like, on my skin it's very soft, very vanillic. There are some, of course, there's some sweetness to the fragrance, but it's not sweet at all. This fragrance has more of a aromatic vibe than Altair does, in my opinion. That's where I would say like it's 95% the same, but a little bit different. And I feel like there is that rose note that comes out on my skin. So it's like floral vanilla fragrance, more vanilla than floral, more vanillic than floral on my skin. Again, if you smell Altair, if you like Altair, you should try CAIRO Nights. Are they redundant in your collection? I think they would be. But you know, you decide, of course. So this was introduced to us in 2024. It retails for $139. So when I say the price point is it's the price point for me, okay? $139, and Sphinx is always running a sale. 9 times out of 10, you're like 30% off, 30% off. So yeah, CAIRO Nights, beautiful fragrance, gives me about 6+ hours on the skin. It performs better than Altair also on me. Moderate sillage, moderate projection, and definitely great for this time of year. It's going to be perfect for the daytime, perfect, you know, for work, running errands, things like that. A very casual fragrance in my opinion. But of course, you can wear your fragrances whenever you want. But yeah, that's the category I've put CAIRO Nights in. And it comes highly recommended. So this is CAIRO Nights from the house of Sphinx. Next up, we have this one right here from the house of Miller Harris. And this is SCHERZO. SCHERZO from Miller Harris is an oldie, but a goodie. Oldie, but goodie. This fragrance for me is just stunning. I find it to be just stunning. But it's better for cooler weather. So I did try this. I did try to wear this one day in the Florida heat, like in the middle of summer. This was probably about a year ago. And I learned the hard way that this, for me, is better in cooler weather. So hence, I'm pulling it out for the fall season. So SCHERZO from Miller Harris opens with tangerine. And what is that? Yeah, it starts with an A. You're seeing it on the screen. Rose, olibanum, narcissus. There's oud, sweet notes, patchouli, and vanilla. So it opens, it's fairly bright in the opening. I smell something a little bit green also. But on my skin, the dry down, so in spite of or despite all the other fruity notes on my skin, it's a oud rose dry down. And it's sweet. So if you think like the oud and rose, the popular oud rose fragrances like Oud Bouquet, this one is definitely not as dense as Oud Bouquet. Oud Bouquet, I believe, like it's for like when it's super cold, like I'm talking 40s. This one you could wear 60s, 70s, and it shouldn't be an issue. The Kayali Oud Rose, I don't have that in my collection. I have smelled it, but I do believe like this one again is sweeter and just a better offering for this time of year. So this one was introduced to us, SCHERZO was introduced to us in the year 2018, retails for $245, but you know that this is all over the discount sites, and it's definitely a fragrance that I believe is worth having. Look at my dent, look at the dent, halfway there. So if you have this in your collection, it's time to pull it out. If you don't, time to get your nose on it. I find that this is a gorgeous, stunning rose oud combination that you definitely should add to your collection. So this is SCHERZO from the house of Miller Harris. Next up, we have this fragrance here from MINUIT Nomad, and this is JARDINS de MISFAH. So I know there's like a new one, or I don't know if it's just the packaging that's changed or if it's an actual new fragrance. Haven't gotten my nose on it, but this girl right here is in the collection and ready to be worn in the cooler weather. So JARDINS de MISFAH has notes of cardamom, nutmeg, dates, rose, almond, and saffron. So this one is like spicy. It's like a sweet, spicy fragrance, really. I'm trying to get my words together. This one though, it's a little unique because the sweetness is coming from the dates in this fragrance, but the spices like the nutmeg and the saffron, they have like totally enveloped the sweetness. So now you have like this sweet, spicy offering. It's not smoky or anything like Havana Gold, or there's no like woody deep dry down like Scherzo. This one stays sweet. It's creamy. It's spicy. All of the things. Perfect for this time of year. Jardins the Mitzvah. This one was launched in 2023. Retails for $135. But keep in mind that's the 50 ml, because this bottle is a 50 ml bottle. I think it's much better in cooler weather because when it's warmer, it tends to get a little bit clawing on the skin. But yeah, this one gives me about 6 to 7 hours on my skin, and it's moderately wearing. If you overspray, you're going to create a beast of a fragrance. So tread lightly. I tend to wear this out, like it's the weekend, it's cooler, I got stuff to do, I'm putting this on. This could also be a great fragrance for date night because, you know, it's kind of thick and substantial in my opinion, but perfect for cooler weather. Don't wear it in the hot weather because you will regret it. So this is Jardins de Mitzvah from the house of MINUIT Nomad. Next up, we have this beauty here. And when I tell you this fragrance shines in cooler weather, it shines. This is Moon Glory from the Harmonist. Probably one of the most popular fragrances in that brand from that house, but for good reason. This is a gorgeous, very captivating, honeyed floral fragrance. So if you do not like the note of honey, stay away, honey, because this one might be a little bit too overpowering for you. So Moon Glory opens with ylang ylang. There's Hawaiian jasmine and lychee. In the middle we have that honey, passion fruit, lady of the night flower. In the base we have Peru balsam, white musk, and hinoki wood. Top of the line ingredients, because the Harmonist does not play. They do not play with their brand and, you know, making sure they use the top-notch ingredients. I absolutely love this fragrance. I wish I had more cooler days to wear it, but I don't. But I pull it out whenever I can. Definitely in the category of going out, date night, you know, evenings. It's not a fragrance that even if it's cooler in the daytime that I pull for, but you certainly can. You certainly can. But to me, this falls in the category of special occasion. Maybe it's because of the price. Because this retails, 50 mLs, retails for $350. It was introduced to us in 2020. You can find this on the discounters, and I will link what I find if I find it. But Moon Glory is definitely a glorious honeyed floral fragrance, and just stunning, just stunning. Gives me about 7 hours on the skin. It is moderate wearing, so I get a nice sillage. Definitely with this one, I get compliments. Definitely get complimented when I wear this. And definitely one to check out if you have not already done so. This is Moon Glory from the Harmonist. Last but certainly not least, we have this one right here. And this is Cherry Ambition from 7 Virtues. You guys, if you've been around, you know that I am truly not a cherry lover in fragrances. Cherry tends to pull very medicinal on me. I know that happens with a lot of folks, but for me, some cherry fragrances is pure Robitussin on my skin. I don't want that. This one, however, although my bottle seems like it's been through some things, look at it. Yeah, it's been through some things, but the juice, perfection. This is a cherry fragrance that I can get with. This is a cherry fragrance that I love to wear. I wore this to work the other day, and people that don't typically compliment me complimented me. wearing this one. Just gorgeous. So Cherry Ambition opens with cherry, pink pepper, and marshmallow. There's saffron, cherry blossom, osmanthus, and orris. In the base, you have frankincense, vanilla, amber, guaiac wood, and musk. Who knew? On my skin, I get the cherry, but it's not really loud. I get this sweetness and then this hint of greenness on my skin, which all work beautifully together to make up this amazing scent. This retails for $94. This was introduced to us in 2023. You could find this on the 7 Virtues website, on the Sephora website, in Sephora. Like, go smell it. So if you don't like cherry and fragrances, give this one a try. Give this one a try, because on my skin, it's more of like a saffron vanilla with a little bit of cherry, with an ounce of cherry. And that cherry smells like a fruit and not medicine. Okay, gives me about 6 hours on the skin, moderately wearing. I love Cherry Ambition. And when this one is done, it's definitely a repurchase, because this is a cherry fragrance that I can absolutely get with. Cherry Ambition from the 7 Virtues. Okay, y'all, so that brings us to the end of the video. Please let me know in the comments the niche fragrances that you are excited to pull out, or you probably already pulled it out depending on where you're living, for the fall. Let me know. And you guys know, in Florida, we have a faux fall. And, you know, I'm going to enjoy every minute of it. Even if there are fragrances that are better for the cooler weather, I'll still pull it out, but I'll just spray lightly. Yeah, okay. I'll most likely choke myself out. Anyways, like I always say, we could be anything in this world we want to be with some hard work, dedication, absolutely perseverance. But if we're not there, and even if we are, we need to smell like good people. We want to smell fabulous at all times. See y'all in the next one. Bye-bye.